For moisturizer, I'm going in with the Good Molecule Silicone Free Priming Moisturizer. This is yet another new skincare product to me. I've been kind of playing around with it, not as a skincare item, but more so for like a makeup prep. I really like how thin the product is, but it also has a really nice consistency and it leaves my skin feeling a little bit tacky, which is what I really like when I apply my foundation. Moving on to primer, I'm going to go in with my Ultra Repair Hyaluronic Hydrating Primer by First Aid Beauty. And for those of you guys who know me, this is my Ride or Die brand for primer. This one is really nice. It does have a very light cucumber fresh scent, but what I really like about it is that it really does keep my skin very hydrated underneath. And right now my skin is just feeling a little bit dull and a little bit dry, so that's why I'm going in with this. And I'm just focusing in the center portion of my face. Alright guys, so I zoomed you guys in just a tad bit so that way you guys can see the makeup up close. So I apologize for the awkward headshot here, but before we dive into the makeup piece, I did want to highlight a few things about the brand, just because anytime I get into new makeup, I really like to take the time to research and really figure out what the brand is about. And Nunu Nana is a Korean line, and Nunu Nana means grandma in Korean. I need to do a little bit more research of how those two tie in together, but the whole ethos and whole vision of this brand is that they are clean and simple. I wish I can read their brand story, but it's in Korean. But for the most part, it says it's fun and safe. It's a new generation of eye beauty and care. And then they do have quite a few products. They have Gel Stix, they have liners, mascara, and they also have a few skincare pieces. So they have an eye makeup remover, a face mist, makeup pads, serums, and then eye patches. I happen to have everything but the serum, so I'm really excited to try all of these products out. Okay, so starting off with their Duo Gel Sticks, I'm going to go in with the Gold Glitter and Bronze Shadow shades. So I think the gold glitter is going to have a little bit of a hard time going on. Just by swatching it, it looked a little bit choppy. So as I'm blending it onto the skin, the glitter seems to be pretty chunky. And as I'm blending it out with my finger, I don't know if you guys can catch that on camera, but it's like there's hardly anything on there. So I'm assuming that I'm going to have to do this in very thin layers because it ends up drying out and the glitter specks just kind of fall off. I'm going a little bit above my crease because this color seems to be pretty light. And then I'm just going in with a soft blending brush and just kind of going over that. So as I'm laying it down, I'm noticing that it's very tacky. So I think what I have to do is just work in very thin layers. So that way I'm not going to create any creasing. I'm just going to try this eye differently. I'm going to go in with just a tiny bit first. And then I'm going to blend this out. And then just keep layering it on and see how that works. That seems to be working a lot better. So it's best to go in with just a little bit and then using your brush or your finger and just kind of blending it all out, so that way you get a really nice thin layer versus what I did on this side where I just kind of went in pretty heavy with the product and it got a little bit too creamy. So the difference between this side as far as feeling, this feels a lot lighter. I'm hardly getting any of the cream to pick up on my finger versus this side still feels a little bit wet and creamy, and I am seeing the product lift off a little bit on my finger. I think it just needs more time to set, but the best way to work with this pencil is to go in with a little and then blend it out with either a brush or your fingers, and then just kind of keep building up the color that way. I kind of went in a little bit too heavy on this side, so I'm pretty sure it might crease a little bit, but just kind of buffing it out. To add just like a little bit more intensity, I'm going to go in with their gel liner. This is their I Am Square Liner. I'm going to go now in with the shimmer side on the Duo Glide Stick, and let's see how this works. As I'm swatching it on my hand, it looks pretty good, but then when I go in with my finger to blend it out, I can almost feel the chunky glitter, and as it dries, it's kind of like flaking off. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to apply this. I'm going to try it out with my fingers and see if just kind of like pushing it into the skin just like this will work, or... Okay, so that's very scratchy. I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to work on the back of my hand, heat up the pencil, and just kind of like layer it on. Oh yeah, there you go. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but as I layered the glitter on, it seems like the glitter was lifting the first color, so now I'm pretty much just seeing my lid. It's almost like the glitter is too heavy and it's just like cream on cream and it's just clashing and it's just not working out. The glitter on my hand is gorgeous. I'm just not sure why it's not transferring well. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to use a brush. Let's see. So I have an idea. I feel like I can definitely see the color of this glitter, and I have a highlighter shade that's very similar to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and set the glitter with the highlighter that I have, just because I know it's just, I mean, this is just going to crack and create creases on my eyes, so I think setting it with a powder would be helpful. So the highlighting powder that I'm going to go in with is the Nikki Tutorials palette by Ofra Cosmetics, and I'm going to use this shade right here, which is called Glow Baby or Glow Goals. Where did I get Glow Baby? But I'm just going to go in with a nice flat top brush and then just pack this on the lid. Ooh, that's so gorgeous. I'm going to go in next with their liner. This is their Nunu Nana I Am Confident Liner, and this is a deep coffee brown shade. Okay, so the liner went on pretty well. The one thing I do have to say is that I really like how the pen is a little bit more firm. It's not flimsy, so it really allows you to get into the inner corner and control, at least just in my opinion. I'm not really a big fan of pens that are a little bit too soft because I feel like I can get out of control with my liner, and I do have to admit I'm not the best at doing a liquid wing liner. I'm just going to curl my lashes and apply mascara on. So I'm really excited to try this mascara out and see how it works. Okay, so mascara is on, and I have to say I'm pretty surprised with this formula. When I first took it out of the wand, I thought it was definitely going to clump up together and just make my poor little thin lashes become spider legs. It almost felt dry as I was applying it, which is not a bad thing. I'm just so used to when I apply mascara, feeling just feels a little bit wet and thick. But as far as an everyday style of mascara, I definitely can see myself wearing this out. For foundation, I'll be using the Laneige, I have no idea how to say this, but I will be testing out their Laneige BB Cushion Whitening SPF 50 Cushion Foundation, and I'm using the shade Sand 23. I'm hoping this isn't too light for my skin. So what's really interesting about this foundation is that as I'm applying it, it does have like a cooling sensation. I don't know if it's just because little puff is cool or just the product itself. It's so funny, when I purchased this product, I was back home and I was probably like 3 to 4 shades darker than I am right now. I was just using this as an under eye highlight, and even that was still too light, but I really just like the idea of it having SPF 50. This is the highest sunscreen protection that I have in a foundation. Okay, so I only did one side just to kind of share with you guys what the coverage looks like. So this is the side with the cushion foundation on. And as you guys can see, my skin is still peeking through. And please don't mind the fact that this is definitely way too light. It did help with color correcting on the skin. I keep calling it foundation, but it's not. A BB Cushioning and Whitening with SPF 50. So this isn't a foundation, this is just a BB cream. I am definitely looking very pasty, and you can definitely see the color difference around the darker areas of my skin. So definitely not my shade, but I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer, and I'm just going to conceal the areas that need it the most. So I popped on a very light lash, and I want to finish off the rest of the eyes, and I'm going to go back into the Duo Glide Stick, and I'm going to use the bronze shade and just rim the lower lash with it. Alright guys, so this is the final look, a very soft, glowy, natural glam. This is my go-to makeup look where you can still see skin peeking through, but you're just enhancing the natural glow and also just the natural features of your face. I had a lot of fun testing out these Korean beauty products. I do have to say I did have a little bit of a hiccup with the Duo Glide Stick. I like the idea of this, how it's a chubby stick. You can just apply it on and blend it out with your fingers or brush, and I really liked the bronze shadow shade. It ended up being a very peachy tone on me, which is definitely up my alley, but I did have a little bit of a hiccup with the gold glitter side. When I first watched it on my hand, I got super excited because this is like the perfect gold shimmer that I've been looking for. Glitters were very chunky, and as it set, it started to flake off. Overall, the idea of these are super fun and I really enjoyed it. I do have to say though that my two favorites were the mascara, which is the Nunu Nana Volume X mascara. The liner, I just really appreciate how dark brown this was, especially when I want to take a break from a very dark, stark black liner. This will be a really nice alternative to use. Okay guys, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little small mini tutorial. If you guys would like to see me test out more Korean beauty products, make sure you guys comment that down below, and until the next video, I'll see you guys next time.